Hey everyone, ready to dive into a question that's been around, well, forever. Like, why do bad things happen to good people? We're going to tackle that head on today, exploring the story of Job from the Bible. We're using this really cool YouTube video script as our guide, and let me tell you, it's packed with insights about faith and suffering and the mysteries of, well, everything.
You know what really grabs me about this story? It throws you right into this cosmic showdown. We're not just talking about one guy's bad luck, but this huge battle happening in the background of, well, human existence.
Okay, so paint the picture for us. Who is this Job guy? The script doesn't hold back, that's for sure.
Oh no, they go all out. Job is blameless, upright, the kind of person who feared God and shunned evil, like the full package.
Extra wealthy, right, a big family, the whole 9 yards. The picture of blessing, basically.
Exactly, but it's deeper than just, piles of gold. It's like this total harmony with God. His life was proof that if you're righteous, blessings follow.
Okay, so you got this perfect life, right? And
then things get real interesting. We're suddenly in heaven with Satan in front of God.
Whoa, hold up. A scene in heaven.
Yeah, and Satan throws down the gauntlet. He's basically like, Job's only faithful because life's good.
Yeah.
Bets that if Job loses it all, he'll curse God.
Wow. Okay, so God allows this. I mean, I know it's an ancient story, but that's intense.
Yeah, that part always makes you think. God does set limits on what Satan can do, but allows the test to happen. Raises questions about free will, suffering, the whole deal.
That's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
We're not even through Act 1 and my mind's already blown. So back to Job, what happens to him? This is where it goes downhill, right?
Downhill doesn't even cover it. Job gets slammed with loss after loss. First, his wealth is gone. Poof.
Oof, that's gotta sting.
Then, all his servants are killed. And if that wasn't enough, all 10 of his children die in a single disaster.
Oh my gosh, to lose everything like that, everyone you love all at once, I can't even imagine.
The ultimate test of faith, right? If there was ever a time to be angry, to question it all, this would be it.
So what does Job do? Does he snap?
Nope. His response is unbelievable. The script has him saying, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Can you believe that?
Seriously? He acknowledges God even in that moment of grief.
He still chooses to praise God. It shows how deep his faith goes. Makes you wonder if it's even a humanly possible reaction.
Or maybe it's pointing to something bigger, something about our connection with God.
Maybe.
I'm hooked already. This isn't just a story. It's like we're wrestling with these huge questions right alongside Job.
That's the power of it.
So Job loses everything, but still praises God.
Mm.
If this was a movie, I'd think that'd be the ending, right?
You'd think so. Hero's been tested, stayed strong. Roll credits.
But no, this is just the start of Job's troubles. It's like, buckle up, folks. Things are going to get bumpy.
Exactly. And this is where the story really gets to you. It makes you face suffering head on.
Oh no, it gets worse.
Oh, it gets way worse. Satan's not done with Job yet. The script says he inflicts Job with sores all over his body. It's rough, like Job sitting in ashes, scraping at his skin. It's graphic.
It's one thing to lose possessions, family even. But to be in constant pain, that's another level of awful.
It's a test of, the human spirit itself. And at this point, even Job's wife is at her limit. She's like, curse God and die.
I remember that line, powerful. His wife, who should be comforting him, she's reached her breaking point.
Right. It shows how overwhelming suffering can be. Even the strongest bonds can be strained under that kind of pressure.
But Job still doesn't turn on God. So if his wife's telling him to give up, who does he turn to? He's all alone now, right?
Well, his friends show up. You'd think they'd be there to help, right?
Yeah, shoulder to cry on, that kind of thing.
But instead, they make it worse.
No way. They start blaming him?
Yep. They see Job suffering. I'm like, must be something you did to deserve this. Accuse him of secret sins, divine punishment, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, but I get that. It's easy to think that way, right? Like, everything happens for a reason. Gotta be some cosmic justice system.
It's a very human instinct. We try to make sense of suffering by finding someone to blame.
Makes you feel more in control, I guess.
But Job's story challenges that idea. He insists he's innocent, done nothing wrong. He's like, why me?
So you've got Job, righteous guy, in agony, and his friends saying as his fault. What a mess. Where do you go from there?
This is where things get profound. Job doesn't just take it lying down. He cries out to God, demanding answers. He's like, I deserve to know why this is happening.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah.
So does he get those answers?
This is where it gets really interesting. God does respond, but not how you'd think. Instead of explaining, he challenges Job with questions, big questions.
Questions like what?
Like, about creation, the universe, stuff way beyond our understanding. The script quotes this powerful line, "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation?"
Whoa. So God's not giving Job a simple answer. He's saying, you're focused on your pain, but you don't even grasp the scope of what I'm doing.
Exactly. It's humbling. God's not ignoring Job's pain, but he's shifting the focus from demanding answers to acknowledging the mystery of it all.
So it's not about figuring out why bad things happen. It's about recognizing that some things we just can't comprehend. There are forces at play, bigger than us.
And it's about trust. Trusting that even in the chaos, there's a bigger purpose. We may not understand it, but we can have faith in it.
Man, this deep dive is living up to its name. We started with why bad things happen, and now we're talking about the nature of faith. This is awesome.
Okay,
so God kind of flips the script on Job. Instead of giving answers, he reminds Job how much he doesn't know.
Right, like you think you've got it figured out. Look at the universe I created. You're barely scratching the surface.
It's a powerful way to shift the conversation.
It is. It becomes less about give me answers and more about realizing that sometimes trust is the best answer. Trust that even when things are awful, there's a reason.
So does Job get any kind of resolution, though? After all that, does the story at least give us a glimmer of hope?
Here's where we see the turning point. Job humbles himself before God, accepts that he doesn't have all the answers. And guess what? The script says he's healed, full recovery.
Wait, so he gets better? After all that suffering, it's like a happy ending.
More than just a happy ending. He's blessed even more than before. More wealth, more kids, a fresh start.
Seriously, twice as much as he had before. Wow. The script even quotes Job 42:12. The Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former.
It's amazing.
It's almost like, I don't know, getting everything back kind of lessens the impact of what he went through. If he ends up richer than before, what was the point of the suffering?
That's a good point, and it's where the story goes deeper than just rewards and punishments. The real change is in Job himself. He comes out of it stronger. His faith is deeper because of those trials.
So it's not about the stuff he gets back, but who he becomes because of what happened.
Yeah.
The strength he finds in facing those big questions.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message for anyone, right? Suffering, as bad as it is, can change us, make us stronger, force us to face our fears and figure out who we really are.
Makes you think about tough times in your own life. Those moments when you're like, what's the point? Maybe those experiences, even though they hurt, shaped who you are.
It's like the script says, your trials might just be the stage for God's greatest blessings. Not that suffering is good, but even in the darkest times, there's a chance to grow, to become closer to God.
So back to the question we started with, why do bad things happen to good people? What's the takeaway from Job's story?
It doesn't really give us a simple answer. It doesn't tell us how to avoid suffering or guarantee that everything will turn out okay, but it does give us something way more important. It tells us to trust. Even when we don't understand, even when things are painful, there's a bigger plan at work. And we can choose to have faith in that.
It's a tough message, but it's hopeful too. We're not alone in our struggles. Even in the chaos, there's something bigger, something good at work. So as you think about Job, what sticks with you? What will you take from this deep dive? Job's story isn't just some ancient tale. It's about faith, resilience, and knowing that even in the worst times, God is there.